YouTube land, and welcome back to the Chaos Asylum. I am your host, Lee Wyatt, and today is another WWE Smackdown Live Smackdown Live reactions. Now, Team Smackdown did lose. I think the only people that won on Smackdown was, like, legit Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Charlotte, and a couple other people. And then Daniel Bryan last week said after Survivor Series he wanted to talk about Shane. He wanted to talk to Shane about something. Also, what's going to happen and what type of match? Do you think it's going to be a regular match? Is it going to happen at Night of Champions? Is Night of Champions a Raw and SmackDown pay-per-view? Let's see what happens tonight. So, we kick off SmackDown Live with Shane McMahon coming out and saying that he was sorry that he lost at Survivor Series. But he was proud of his team because they bled blue like SmackDown. But then he called out pretty much Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And they pretty much disrespected him. And Shane's like, you know what? I have 2 words for you. Yar! And then Daniel came out. He's like, no, we can't do that. It would be cool to, you know, fire those 2. But, like you said, everybody in the back wants a piece of those 2. I had to send Randy Orton home because you said if he saw you 2, he would, like, legit destroy you. The New Day feels the same way because you abandoned them, last week. When Raw invaded. So, tonight's main event, I think it's the main event, if I'm sorry if it's not. It will be a 3-on-2 handicap lumberjack match with the whole Raw of SmackDown roster surrounding the ring. What? And it's going to be Shelton Benjamin taking on Jay, or is it Jimmy? Jay, yeah, okay. Shelton Benjamin taking on Jey Uso up next. So, we kick off the first match of SmackDown Live with Jey Uso taking on Shelton Benjamin. And Jay, he's kind of doing his thing, clothes whining and for a little bit. And then Shelton Benjamin comes back with some clotheslines and all this other bullshit, right? And then Shelton Benjamin gets thrown on the outside. And Jay's going for a suicide dive and Chad Gable jumps up. He's like, no! Wait! And then his brother comes over, takes him off, about to throw him into the barricade. Chad first throws him in the barricade. And then Shelton Benjamin does a fruit roll up, 1-2, kick out. And then Jay does a super kick, 1-2, kick out, goes to the top rope. How can I put this? And then Gable gets on the apron, he gets knocked off. He goes for a splash, moves out of the way. He gets the little Jimmy. 1-2-3, Shelton Benjamin wins. Then, what's their names? Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is talking to Baron Corbin about helping him out because they're so desperate. Because they're going to get the butt kicked tonight in that handicap. The 3-on-2 handicap match with the whole SmackDown roster surrounded in a ring. And then he's like, what? He's like, go find someone else that's more simple-minded. They walk into Bobby Roode and they're like, hey, Bobby, how about you try to help us in that match tonight? He's like, are you kidding me? He's like, you guys are the reason why we lost last night. And the whole SmackDown roster hates you. I can't wait to see you guys out there. And then the Bludgeon Brothers are making their debut tonight. I wonder who they're going to face. Are they going to have the same tag team finish? Are they going to have the same music? Did they change it up? Let's find out. So we come back from commercial break, and Naomi's in the back, and she's like, I'm so glad Charlotte won the match on Sunday. And then women from, oh my god, like Ruby, whatever, and, Ruby Wright. What's the other 2? Ruby Wright. Fudge. And I'll just say 2 other women from NXT arrived, and she's like, hey, what's up? And then they start beating the crap out of Naomi, destroy her. And then here comes Becky Lynch. She gets destroyed. They mess her up worse than freaking Naomi. She's getting slammed into, like, these cases. She gets, like, thrown into the door. Like, not like this. It being open. The door was closed, and they threw her into her a couple times. And then they took the door, and boom, 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 boom. I'm like, Jesus. Referee came in and whatever. So the same thing happened on Raw with, like, Paige and her 2 people, so it's like, what's going on? What? And Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan on SmackDown with, Ruby. And the thing is, like, in my opinion, I think they should have, like brought up, Nikki Cross in one of those two. Like, that would have been, like, a big, holy crap. I would have put her with Paige. Like, I would put Paige, Nikki Cross, and, Sonya. That would have made, like, a dominant team. Like, oh my god. But anyways, next matchup, the debut of the Bludgeon Brothers taking on the Hype Bros. Massacre time. So, the Bludgeon Brothers make their debut, and oh my god, their theme song and the lights going off and everything, it was sick. It was better than, like, when they were part of the Wyatt family. They're, like, more vicious and, like, just destroyed. Like, Jesus, like, it didn't even take that long. Like, they got in the ring, and, Mojo Rawley was in the ring with, Eric Rowan. And Eric Rowan was kicking his ass! Pardon my French. And then, basically, Luke Harper destroyed Zack Ryder, threw him, like, just big booted him, threw him into the steel steps. He was out for the rest of the match. They tagged in and out, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, beating the crap out of Mojo, and then they did this one tag team move where they just, like, grabbed underneath his armpits, lifted him up, and slammed him down. 1, 2, 3, and the Bludgeon Brothers win. So, what would be a cool name for that move, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think, like, the Hammer of Doom would be, like, a cool name for that? Leave it in the comments below what you guys think the tag team name should be, and whatnot. So, there's that, and then we cut back to the backstage, and Natalya is talking about her rematch tonight against Charlotte. Woo! I think, 6-time or 7-time women's champion? I believe. So, there's that. And then Natalya's talking about how, like, she respects her and that she beat, Alexa Bliss on, Raw vs. SmackDown. She's like, but my cat, Two Paws, could have beat Alexa Bliss, too. And she said that she got lucky and beat her last week, but this time that she's going to pretty much capture the championship back and dethrone the queen herself. Up next, AJ Styles is going to come out and talk about probably what happened at Survivor Series, and then talk about Jingle My Balls. I mean, Jinder Mahal challenging him for the WWE title, so let's see what happens. So AJ Styles comes out and he's talking about, like, how he was facing Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series and how much that he actually is a beast. And then afterwards, like, people was congratulating AJ, saying, congratulations, you went toe-to-toe with the beast. You are a real-life Rocky. And he said thank you. But he's like, to be honest with you, he's like, I wasn't the one limping away. Oh! So then he's like, okay, let's not talk about Survivor Series no more. Let's talk about how legit, oh my, how Jinder Mahal I got to face here soon. Let's, he's like, you know what, let's just do this tonight. And then Jinder's all like, yeah, no. He's like, I want to do this at Clash of Champions. So we're going to have a WWE Championship match, which I think SmackDown should just, instead of calling it a WWE Championship, I think the only reason why they're doing that is to keep, WWE Championship relevant, since the Universal title's over on Raw. I thought it was pretty cool when they called it the WWE World title, but then when the Universal title came back, well, not came back, but when it came, they had to put it as WWE, I get it. So that's on the line. AJ Styles, the champion, putting his title on the line against Jinder Mahal at Clash of Champions. And then we pan back to the backstage. And there is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens looking for someone. They open the door and there's Rusev and Aiden English. And they start talking to them saying, hey, I think you guys are getting overlooked. I think, Aiden, your singing's awesome. And and it's kind of funny how Rusev, you got overlooked. And AJ got taken out of the match. And then John Cena took a spot like that and have to lift one finger. But you didn't. He's like, I just want you to think about that when, you're out there for that Battle Royal. So they might have Rusev and Aiden English in their corner for that 3-on-2 handicap SmackDown Live Raw roster around the ring. Let's see what happens. Okay, so the Women's Championship match is on the line. Charlotte Flair versus Natalya. Woo! So this match goes off, and Natalya comes out, like, legit clotheslines Charlotte, beats her up a little bit, tries to get her into sharpshooter. Natalya reverses. Then she starts beating her up in the corner. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. My dog is drinking his water. Okay, man, jeez. Look at him, he's like, hey, what's up, man? Back to the water. Listen. See? So then, basically, the match goes on, and Natalya's beating the crap out of Charlotte. It goes to commercial break. We come back from commercial break. And Natalya is in the corner, and Charlotte's forearming her in the face. And then she beats her up for a little bit, and then Natalya reverses, puts her in a sharpshooter. She almost gets to the ropes. She pulls her away. She finally gets to the ropes. Charlotte's beating up on Natalya, throws her outside the ring. Here comes Ruby and her gang again. Starts beating the crap out of Natalya. The bell rings. Natalya wins the match, but not the championship. So then they beat her up for a bit. Then they go into the ring and start beating up on Charlotte. They surround the ring like the Shield, but a little more seductive. And then they start beating up on Charlotte. Charlotte does get a kick and a knock one of the girls down, but the other two jump on her and start beating her up. They hit their finishes on her, and then they're all like, yeah! Basically. So, there we go. And, I'm assuming probably one more match or the main event, which is the 2-on-3 handicap match. You know, whole SmackDown roster lumberjack match. Let's find out. So the tag team, which was weird, it was supposed to be a 3-on-2 handicap match, and it just ended up being 2-on-2. Weird. The New Day comes out and it starts beating the crap out of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, tagging in and out. It was a normal like tag team match, you know, like Big E got thrown out of the ring, and the guys were like, "Yeah, we're not gonna touch you." And then Sammy and Kevin's like, "What the heck?" And then, you know, Kofi gets the same thing. They're like, "Oh, we're not gonna touch you." And then Sami Zayn comes out, and they start beating the crap out of Sami Zayn, throws him in. He rolls out and goes up the rampway. They bring him back, throw him into the ring.